Ahoy there, listeners, and welcome back to the latest episode of the Captain's Horror Meltdown. Nearly forgot the title there, John.
You've done it before.
My name is Cammy, and I will be your captain on this journey. And I'm joined, as ever, by the... No, I had one lined up for this.
Oh, Jesus, not already.
Third engineer?
The third engineer?
Yeah, third engineer.
What's his chip?
On our ship, John. It's just like you're just starting off at the bottom. You're down there. You're in there all the time. You've been in various roles on this ship.
Can I take a
you've moved up from?
Can I take a wild guess that the next episode I'm going to be second engineer?
Possibly. You may move. Do you know what? It's up to you. Do you want to move up faster than that?
I don't know. I mean, could I fast track to first?
No, you definitely don't know enough about engines.
No, I don't know anything about engines. I know where the screen wash goes. That's about it.
Well, perfect. We'll get you doing that next week.
Lovely.
Or next episode. Little business to start us off today. Happy birthday for yesterday, John.
Oh, thanks very much. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Do you feel a lot older?
Not really. Although Rachel remarked getting anything for my birthday this year was an absolute nightmare. Because I know we've mentioned in this podcast before that, well, like both of us have been sort of selling off bits and pieces of things that we don't particularly need or want or anything. So I've been really in that mode since the start of the year. And I've sold like a lot of cash worth of stuff recently. You've
sold shitloads of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not even now that I'm like back into proper filming mode. I've got no time to.
Yeah, totally. It is time intensive. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rachel was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" I was like, "Nothing."
You've got to full dad stage.
I've got to that stage where it's just like I'm getting rid of things that are just sitting there. I don't need them. I'm not, if it's a record I haven't listened to it in 3 years or whatever, it's like, why keep it? It's just like, and the thing is, the one record I asked for, she got her mum to buy it for me as a Christmas present. I was like, well, that's the only thing I wanted for, birthday. I was like, well, that's the only thing I wanted for my birthday, and your mum bought it for me. I've got nothing else. I've got nothing.
So she is this leading into the photo that you sent us yesterday of an absolute ton of very, very, very strong alcohol?
Yeah, she goes, well, I'm just going to go in and buy you some booze. I was like, okay, cool. And then she came back with a freakish selection of booze. Absolutely freakish.
I enjoyed it. Like, it just looks like one of the worst hangovers ever in a row.
But the best thing is like, she gave me there's like a bottle of beer there, which I think is like the beer and the cider that are both like wine bottle sized. And she goes, now the theory behind these, I think she hadn't even seen the percentage of the cider, which I was absolutely blown away by. But the beer, she goes, now that's meant to be enjoyed like a bottle of wine. I was like, what, you mean smashed in an hour? So that's
man, I've made many an error with Le Chouffe before.
Yep, the Chouffe is in the collection.
The Chouffe's in there.
Yep.
Oh god, messy. Well, hopefully you don't neck it all while we're recording tonight.
No, I've decided that Rachel says I'm not allowed to drink it while she's in the house.
Fair play. Well, I'm 100% sober tonight. I'm like we're off on tech recce's tomorrow, so it's quite important that I'm fighting fit and ready to take the crew around our upcoming locations in a sensible manner.
Or sensible as possible.
Well, as sensible as possible. So yeah, I'm drinking a lovely fresh glass of Glasgow water.
Oh, straight from the tap, I believe.
Yeah, straight from the tap. Straight from the beautiful the crystal waters of Loch Katrine. So,
straight from the nipple of Glasgow. There you
go. So yeah, will we get started?
Let's. I don't know where I'm going to start. Well, actually, you're the captain. You can fucking fire on.
Well, I will lead us on this year.
Oh, come on.
So last time we watched Opera.
We did, yeah. On the chain.
On the chain. Last one on the chain was Opera, which we both love. Great film. And this time we have selected Stage Fright, 1987, directed by, and I'm going to mangle this as well. Now, it's not Michael, is it? Is it Michele?
I've always pronounced it Michele.
Michele?
But I think it might be
Soavi.
Michele Soavi. But somewhere between Michele and Michele.
Suave.
Yeah.
Suave. I think we can agree on Suave.
Yeah, we can agree on Suave. Suave,
yeah.
Bavy.
So Stage Fright 1987. Stage Fright 1987. Michele Soavi. And the link here is, well, there's many links, aren't there, really?
This was the Linkathon, was it not?
It's a pure Linkathon. So what are the links here? So Soavi was in opera.
Yep.
He good pals and worked closely with Argento.
Yep.
It's also set in a theatre, and it was shot the same year.
Yep. I'm sure there was something else, wasn't there?
And it's Italian as well, I suppose.
Wow.
There's bound to be. Oh yes, that's right. One of the actresses, Barbara Capisti.
Yep.
She was in both of them as well. So a hell of a links, hell of a chain.
It's link heavy. Link heavy.
Chain madness.
This will never happen again.
So let's start off as we always do with what are your recollections of this? Is it a film that you'd seen before?
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, a long time ago. I think I'm fairly sure my last viewing would have been a VHS. I will admit.
Yeah, well, mine's definitely a VHS. I still have the VHS copy.
Although I did buy this Blu Ray, and then 2 weeks later, my office was broken into, and it was stolen.
Gutted.
So it's one of those titles. I did stuff that was taken largely. I just didn't buy again, but obviously for the purposes of this, I have broken that rule.
To buy it again.
Yeah.
Well, I say that I last time I viewed it was on VHS. It's actually total bullshit.
Okay.
When I put the film on, I was like, oh, hold on a second. Oh, hold on. And I started watching it again. I was like, I've definitely watched this quite recently.
Oh, really?
So which showing how bad my memory is. And then I was on Letterboxd, which I used to sort of keep track of my viewing. And yeah, I watched it in February 2015. Still quite a long time ago now.
It is. That's like 4 years, over 4 years.
But it's this Blu-ray. So it's been out for quite a while, this little Blu-ray.
It has. I think it was, yeah. It's, was it 2012 even, maybe?
Was it? Jesus Christ,
no,
man.
I'm not. Sorry, 2014. I apologise.
Right, God, thank God. Jesus. And my brain. I was at the dentist today, and they had flyers for looking after your brain.
What?
Just saying, if you're forgetting things, if you're just being a bit forgetful and your memory's not what it used to be, go and see the doctor. I was like, shit, that's probably me. And then I read the back of it, and it's like, oh yeah, you might have dementia.
Or you might alternatively, you just drink a lot of booze.
You drink a lot of booze and you probably party too hard through your 20s and 30s.
Yeah, so it's not dementia, it's just complete lack of memory.
Yeah, totally destroyed my brain cells. So anyway, that's I think so. Both of us have had the same. I think we probably watched it together back in the VHS days.
I would imagine, absolutely, yeah, totally.
Yeah, and it's a lovely VHS cover as well. It had in the UK. It was great. So what else do we know about this film? A film that goes by many names.
It does. It's got a few alternative names there.
Deliria,
yep.
Aquarius,
yep.
and Bloody Bird.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
It's a bit of a literal translation. I'm imagining that's probably like the Japanese translation or something.
Yeah.
It feels like it, doesn't it? Just feels like it. And this was Soavi's first directorial effort.
Yeah, I actually went back to look at that today, and I was like, was this his first one? Because I kind of get mixed up with because obviously he'd worked with Argento a lot, and I couldn't remember if was it The Church was his first Argento produced one, I think.
Yeah, because this was produced by Joe D'Amato, I think.
That's right, yeah, another legendary Italian
Dirty
name.
Joe.
Yeah, Dirty Joe.
Dirty Joe, the old Italian exploitation king, I guess.
Yeah.
Hell of a sleazy films came out of his back pocket, really, yeah.
Absolutely. It's a miracle, this one, isn't it? It's Jesus Christ. I wonder what he's like to be around on set. I can't even begin to imagine.
Oh, he's probably. I'd imagine he's dead now, isn't he?
But not at the time, surely.
No, he might
wheel the dead producer's corpse.
Might have been like a zombie. Maybe?
Oh, that would be pretty good.
That would be tremendous. Probably a film in that, actually.
The corpse of Joe D'Amato.
Producing from beyond the grave.
A wild documentary.
I would watch that. I would definitely watch that.
I'd make it.
So what's your God, I've completely talking about bad memory. I've completely forgotten. We now talk about the film, don't we? We talk about our thoughts about the actual film, and then we go into little bits and mobs. I'll tell you what we haven't done. I'll tell you what I will do.
Oh, okay.
I'll give a wee synopsis.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Before we delve into it,
yeah. So I've got a synopsis here, which I've got a little bit of an issue with.
Okay.
A troupe of struggling stage actors is rehearsing for a small-town production of a play.
Fair.
Everything seems to be as it should until one of the cast members turns up dead. Also fair.
Yep.
In a panic, the others try to get out, only to find they are now locked in the theatre with the killer.
Yep.
Which one of them committed the murder, and who will get out alive?
Okay.
None of them committed the murder.
No, and also they don't mention they don't mention why they're locked in the in the theatre either.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
there's a couple of problems there.
Yeah,
the cops have come and locked them in.
So the key is given to a lassie, and she's told to keep it safe.
Yeah,
that goes fucking horribly wrong. Obviously, she dies. No one knows where the key is. Oopsie daisy. So yeah, that's not mentioned. It's fairly on point, I guess.
It's fairly on point, but I mean, we do know pretty early on that, and it's not a spoiler at all, because it is. I mean, this is going to be spoiler central anyway.
It probably will be. Yep.
There's not really that much to spoil, though, is there? It's a pretty straightforward slasher, I guess.
It is. I mean, and it's kind of in its heart, it's probably it is a pretty straightforward slasher, but it is a particularly nice looking one.
It's a lovely looking one.
It's not done for exploitation's sake. It's there's some really cool stuff in this. Yeah, and
it did feel like see, there you go as well. Sorry, man. Yeah, it's Michele, I think.
Okay.
Which presumably is just the Italian version of Michael. But anyway.
Let's not go into literal translations of foreign names.
I'm just off onto a total random one. It's because I'm not drunk. That's why I'm forgetting things. Yeah, and I mean, it really does feel like, this was a stage of sort of late on, sort of when the sort of whole Italian horror and giallo thing felt like it was sort of fading away from prominence.
Yeah.
But he has really kept it going with this one.
I think
it's really in the tradition, isn't it? That sort of Italian tradition. It's great.
It's interesting, because I think obviously looking at opera, what was that, 88 or was it 87, 88? I can't remember.
87 as well.
87, yeah. And I think that was for most people the end of Argento's a career, essentially, or his impressive part of his career. We've still got films we like after that. Don't get me wrong. I've said before, I still love Stendhal Syndrome and stuff, and there's other things to find that are good in his other films, but I think Soavi was really touted as his protege. Yeah, the sort of successor. He was going to carry on the torch. He'd worked with Argento, assistant directors. Yeah, he was assistant director. I think he was the second AD with them as well. On Tenebrae, yep. Also directed Dario Argento's World of Horror, which is quite a cool little thing. Oh yeah, totally. And he'd also been an AD for Joe D'Amato as well, I think. Yep. And he'd been an actor before that. That's strangely enough, I didn't know that. But yeah, he started off his career as an actor. Well, he's got a wee role in this as well, doesn't he? He does. in a classic piece of Italian police stupidity,
buffoonery. Yeah, totally classic.
As they're sort of waiting outside in their car, people are getting absolutely ripped to pieces inside the building.
Yeah, it's quite pleasing, that sort of slight comedy relief of going out to the cops, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. It's quite nice. It offers a little relief from the kind of madness that's going on.
Yeah, and there is a lot of madness going on. And it's like it's a pretty full-on little movie as well, isn't it?
It is. I mean,
quite a lot of quite graphic murders in it. The murders are great, actually.
I think it's a slight. I don't remember it being that graphic. I think it's slightly more graphic than I remember, but at the same time, not massively graphic. It's not like
no, it's not
carnage.
some like it's not some like sort of when these horrible gore. Like just like gore for the sake of gore things.
Yeah, it's like proper slasher kind of business. Yeah. Real Friday the 13th kind of kills, I would say.
Yeah. Definitely taking it. It's like definitely feels like it's taking a leaf out of the sort of American slasher movie thing, but while sort of staying firmly within the sort of glorious Italian tradition as well, I would say.
Absolutely, it's got the style,
nice
it's got the flair. It's got some really nice camera stuff going on in it. It's
it's beautifully shot, absolutely really beautifully shot, and it's got some just really great imagery in it as well. The killer, I suppose we should sort of say where this costume comes from. Yeah, but the start of the film is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, where you're like. You're made to believe that you're actually watching someone on the street, but it just looks like a set, and you're like, "What the hell's going on?" And then
it looks like a sort of like
this mad musical number.
It looks like an irresponsible '80s American set for a film. You know what I mean? Those things look like this isn't real. Surely, what the fuck's going on here? But it's beautifully realised. Really nice. Little
comes back totally and pans back to, and do you know what? I want to see that play. It is fucking insane. Like a giant owl-headed dancing killer, and Marilyn Monroe on saxophone in the background.
Absolutely bonkers.
It is absolutely nuts. and just like brilliant. Like, look, the characters are all a great laugh. The director is insane. The sort of like coke-fueled madman directing it. He's just in a rage the whole time. Fucking love him, and just love the whole setup with them all. It's just like so fucking melodramatic. It's unbelievable. Love it. And what's up with the dubbing?
I was kind of weird. Now the thing is,
wild dubbing.
I don't really understand this because all the actors spoke English at the time.
Yeah.
But for some reason, all the audio is out of sync with their lips. Things you can see them saying the English words, but certainly in my version, there was like a very slight delay on the audio with the lips. And it was weird. Obviously we talked about Italian films and people were speaking their own languages, then they overdubbed. This one was like shot in English. The sound was shot as is, and they still had many nationalities, but they all spoke English.
But there's no way that's Giovanni Lombardo Radici's actual voice.
Oh, apparently it is.
No way.
Apparently,
it's absolutely wild. Like, it just totally sounds like it's dubbed on.
Yeah, well, I think the weird thing is like that because people weren't confident with doing it. They had to readjust a lot of levels and stuff like that in post.
Well, he is hamming it up. He is absolutely hamming it up in that role.
From what I've read, it was all shot with English language.
Oh, fucking hell, that is wild.
And absolutely wild, as is.
Shit. Fair play. And it's basically, very economical in terms of sets and stuff. It's like largely filmed in the same building.
Yeah.
Which is just like a warehouse, I guess.
But the sets are nice. They are.
It's lovely. It looks great. They do go outside now and again, and they also go over to a mental hospital as well.
Yep.
Which is where the killer comes from.
Yep. What was his chat again? I can't even remember why he's in there. He's been a bit of a cunt, I suppose.
Oh, I don't know, but he doesn't. He's not very happy with her when she pitches up and stares through the bars at him, is she? Is he?
No, he gets a bit upset about that. I think goes full bird-face killer mode.
Totally.
So yeah, how does he even get into the place? I can't remember.
Oh God!
Both Cam and I were talking about this today. It was like we watched this a week, not even a week ago. I don't think.
I watched it on Friday.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't. I watched it on Saturday. It's even less time ago.
This is Wednesday, so like 5 days, and we're like, how did that guy get in there again?
Yeah. God, what a total shambles.
As always, don't come to us for real full scale knowledge. We'll just give you
don't come to us for any knowledge. Don't come to us for any knowledge at all. And the film written, of course, by George Eastman. George Eastman, also known as Luigi Montefiore, best known as the monster in Anthropophagus the Beast.
Yeah.
What, these guys were all in each other's pockets, weren't they?
It's
you could just get the feeling there was like wild. A tiny little community of these guys kicking about, like, you know, having the power to make these things happen.
I kind of like that in a way, though. It's just
so do I. It just feels like a proper cottage industry, doesn't it? And
yeah,
the great
exactly.
Stuff
it's like when you say power, it's like this is no real power.
No.
Just folks, should we do this? Yeah, let's cobble together some folk and we'll sort it out, and it'll all be great in the end. It'll make perfect sense. It is. I mean, that's the Italian industry, just in a nutshell, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder have you got any idea? You've probably been able to do a bit more research than I have. Any idea how this sort of did at the box office worldwide?
The only thing I could find is it had a budget of $1 million, apparently.
Shit, fair play to them.
Yeah.
It's good for £1 million.
But I can't see any actual. I've looked at it. I can't see any actual box office takings. I guess it would have done its majority at the Italian box office, as these things usually do.
Yeah, but I think it feels like it was probably geared towards the American market as well, and certainly it was easily rentable in the UK. So I mean,
I think that was maybe like one of the ideas behind everyone like speaking English in the thing, because let's be honest, you go back to it and. God love Argento's stuff, but it's a fucking clusterfuck when it comes to dialogue. An absolute clusterfuck.
It is, yeah.
And you can't produce that to an American audience. You just can't do it.
Well, that's the thing that's always frustrated with Argento films, I think, is that decision. Do you watch it in Italian or do you watch it in English?
Yeah.
Because it largely both are a shambles anyway.
Like
it's just the Italian
equally nonsensical, because everyone spoke their own language. You could have like 5 nationalities in there. So if it's Italian language, they've still fucking dubbed it into Italian. If it's English language, they've still dubbed it into fucking English.
Yeah, totally.
Unless you've got the occasional English actor in Argento's films that was kept as is.
Yeah.
And even then, I think they might have VDR'd it. I'm not entirely sure. What insane way to work. It just always blows my mind.
I know. It's madness, isn't it? Total madness.
So listening to this was actually recorded in English. I was like, oh, thank Christ. at least you're getting what you're getting, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, what are your overall thoughts on the film then?
What do you think about what's your thoughts? Like, it's a slasher flick.
Yeah.
Let's set there. Let's sort of stall there.
We have to say it's a slasher.
Where does it rate for you?
In terms of really? Are we talking all-time slashers?
Well, I maybe thinking along the kind of slashers of the time, I guess, 80s slashers. It
must rate pretty highly for me, actually. I think it's. But I mean, the weird thing is that despite the similarities, like say, Opera is not a slasher.
No.
We're saying that. No, that's a giallo. This is a slasher film. So I don't know. I mean. It's
a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough
one. I mean, the thing is, it's got great kills, like really great kills.
The thing is, it's not a typical slasher film, because it is, there's some really superior direction going on here and some great DOP work. One thing I'll say, which won't give away anything very much, really, but when they have all the corpses lined up on stage.
Yeah,
like almost about to give their curtain call. with the killer in the bird mask is like, what a fucking scene that is.
Oh man, it's tremendous. It's tremendous.
It's like something lovely, it's like something out of the most beautiful painting you've ever seen in your entire life.
Oh, it's great.
It's absolutely mind blowing. There's things like that in this film that really set it apart from your Friday the 13th. Oh, you know, it's at its essence, there's a bunch of folk in a theatre getting killed.
Yeah,
but there's so much more to it.
Yeah,
so much more to its whole, and I guess you might have to be kind of really into film to get it. I don't really know, but you know what I mean? Because on the outside of it, it's like, this is a slasher flick, end of story. But on the inside of it, there's a lot more going on, and there's a lot of care being taken with it, and it looks really nice, and they haven't wasted a second of the film. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think it feels almost like it could have kick-started a massive career for him. Where, I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, he did go on to have a good career anyway. I mean, I believe he's still directing just now, but not movies maybe, but I mean, he went on from this to do The Church, and then The Sect, and then Della Morte,
which is an absolute classic.
Yeah, I've got The Sect and The Church. Never seen them. Hanging my head in shame here.
Yeah, I've got them sitting there on the old Shameless label.
Yeah,
I would like to get Delamore, but I'm still not convinced about the latest Blu Ray. So
it's not had a UK release yet either, has it? On Blu-ray?
Yeah, it's there was one Blu Ray which was. That doesn't matter, but yeah. So I'm waiting for like a perfect version of it, which might never happen,
but it might do. But yeah, I mean, I think it's you've got to rate it as an innovative and exciting entry into this whole slasher genre, which was dominated by American films, which are all pretty much copycats of each other and that sort of Friday the 13th formula. But this does not fit into that bracket really, even though it is a straight slasher. Was it not? I think it was on IMDb. I was looking at some of the little trivia things, and they were saying that he'd the sort of the wink at the end was supposed to be a sort of nod to the American slasher film. So he's definitely acknowledging the sort of, you know, the influence there. But it just, I suppose you've got like old what's the old slasher, the old oh man, Bay of Blood, stuff like that. It's maybe you do have a bit of tradition of it, whereas in Italy, whereas a bit of a crossover, the sort of slasher film thing going on as well. But I think it's great. I think it's looks amazing. And definitely, I mean, some of it has dated quite badly. I mean, the whole stage thing. I mean, it is very 80s, but I enjoy that. Yeah. I like that.
Go into this film made in the 80s, and it is made in the fucking 80s.
It is super. This film is not timeless. It is not timeless at all.
It's not.
No.
As most films in the 80s are. Not timeless.
No, very, very dated now. But yeah, I mean, I think it's one that a lot of horror fans, especially younger horror fans, probably have skipped over. I mean, I think it's one of those.
Oh, you look at it, like it's a bloody long time ago. You know what I mean? It
was a long time ago. What's that? Oh my God, 32 years ago. Jesus,
you wouldn't be aware of it, really, would you?
No. I mean, it's not. I mean, although I do find it strange that it had such an early UK Blu-ray release. So,
yeah. I think like Blue Underground have done one as well.
Yeah.
Which I decided not to read up on because I just wanted to enjoy the one I had.
Yeah.
But I would be interested to. After we've recorded this, I will probably look at it.
They've both got completely different set of extras. Which is interesting.
I'll be interested in the prints, because what was this? It's restored from vault elements.
Now, I can't see you've got the case here. I don't, because I'm
sorry. We'll get into that in the Blu-ray. But
yeah, I couldn't find a comparison on DVD Beaver or anything like that. So I couldn't find. I'm sure one exists out there. I didn't do a big search for it, but yeah, I couldn't find a comparison between the two. They might well. I think they both came out around the same time. They might well have used the same print. But yeah, I'm glad it is out there, and I would highly recommend that folk. That are interested in slasher films, interested in Argento films, interested to see what one of Argento's protégés came out with. pick it up. I mean, if you're interested in giallo, it's got some, some of the sort of giallo tropes to it, some of the elements. It just looks great, well shot. Some really nice kills. Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, but I can't argue with that. I mean, there's all sorts of nice kills. You got there's things coming through the walls, through people's stomachs. There's all kinds of great stuff. I mean, when it gets going, it's a real riot. It really is. Yeah. And I mean, it's a zippy little film. It doesn't. There's no points where you're sort of like wandering off to your phone or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It certainly keeps you entertained. Well entertained. I would 100% agree with that. As a film, I do get it watched. As you say, if you're a giallo fan, if you're into Argento, and I can't believe you wouldn't have seen this if you're not into Argento, but if you haven't, get it watched. Get it watched. I mean, the thing is, I guess we came across stuff like this, in the VHS days because you were going to the video shop and looking to see what was new out. You weren't buying anything because you couldn't buy the tapes really, so you were going out and seeing what new horror was turning up, and straight away you're going to pick up on this, aren't you? Yeah, totally. As you say, it had a great cover at the time, and it's a great cover. And it's slightly weird, the one. Anyway, but yeah, if you want to see a big guy dressed as an owl killing people, this is your fucking film. Do you know what? That should be the quote. If it ever comes out on a 4K disc, that should be the tagline. John, horror meltdown. Oh God, that would make my life. Oh God, can you imagine it? It'd be tremendous. Oh, absolutely I'd be tremendous. So happy I'd actually just kill myself. Let's try and do that. Let's get a campaign together just to get you quoted on the 4K release. What is the campaign goal so that John kills himself in happiness? Well, hopefully we wouldn't reach that goal, but if you reach $1 million, John will kill himself in happiness. Oh, he's got to see his name on the sleeve of Stage Fright. Of magnificent. Anything. Brilliant. So, well, I'm gonna just say, give it 2 thumbs up. It was a pleasure to reacquaint myself with it. It was a lot of fun, and get it watched. Yep, I totally agree with that. I really enjoyed the whole thing. Absolutely loved it. The kills are great. The setups are great. Man, it's filmed really superlatively. I mean, you watch stuff like Friday the 13th, 1, 2, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And it's just, this is a different league. It's really cool. Really cool. This is a guy with some serious smarts. Oh, yeah, totally. And switched on director, with the support around him to make a great film. Tremendous. Great fun. Cool. Yes! So with that in the bag, our little sort of ramble through the film, we move on to our thoughts on the Blu Ray. Blue! It's the Blu Ray reviews, yeah! Blue! It's the Blu Ray reviews, yeah! Blue! It's the Blu Ray reviews, yeah! Blue! It's the Blu Ray review. So, what do you make of the Blu Ray, John? Well, should we start off actually by saying, okay, I bought this when it came out on Blu-ray. Yep, so me too. Yep. Paid full whack. How much is this going for second hand? I think I bought it from the distributor. I think I did as well. Yeah, I'm sure we both did. Yeah. So we've mentioned this in the past. It's do not go to amazon.co.uk for the best prices. You're going to make a fucking dick of yourself. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure this on Amazon is over 20 quid. Jesus Christ. I managed to buy my second-hand copy from, and I've mentioned it before, CEX, fucking great company. Computer Exchange, So, got it there for 8 quid, and it came almost next day. Nice. Absolutely tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Yeah. You can't argue with that shit. You really can't argue with it. Let's just have a wee look on the old on the old Amazon just to show you how bad things can get. Yep, there you go, 21 quid. 21 quid, okay.
21 quid. Second hand, new and used, £20.99.
Well, I think we bought this. I'm sure this was about 15 quid. Just straight for, and I would always, if you can,
get on there, support them.
You know, if you're gonna buy something like this, check out their website first. Yeah. As we've talked about it in the past, you can buy stuff from 88 Films, from Arrow, on Amazon, but you can often get it cheaper on their website, and they get all the fucking cash. And we want to keep these guys going.
Exactly, we do, don't we? Absolutely want to keep these guys going. Absolutely.
But having said that, I've absolutely no idea who Exposure Cinema are.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. I really don't know who they are.
But they've thumbed together a pretty decent disc, I've got to be honest. Cammy, what are you doing right now?
I'm sort of hovering, I'm standing up, looking a bit weird, haven't I? I've told you about this before. I'm sure I mentioned it in one of the side missions. So I'm in my flat. In Glasgow, the room that I rent, and I don't have anywhere to sit, and I don't have a table or anything.
See, now I can only see the top of your head.
So I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, and hold on a second. Here we go. Let me just bring that over. Can you see my head now?
Oh yeah, totally.
So I'm sitting on the edge of the bed.
Just your top head.
Yeah, I've got my laptop balanced on top of a sort of little set of drawers. And I'm holding my microphone, and I was standing up so I could use my computer.
Because you're away filming at the moment.
I'm away filming at the moment. Yep.
Yeah. And obviously, a lot of our listeners, by the time this has come out, will have seen Cammy's latest film, Avengers Endgame. Yes, Avengers Endgame. Absolutely tremendous. Which I'm just going to say you co-directed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, my role in the film was that big. It was massive. Well, we're not going to give any spoilers for Endgame because people are getting pretty irate about that. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be. If you haven't seen it,
it'll probably be on ITV by the time this comes out.
It will. Well, I shot a lot of stuff that it goes by very, very quickly in the film. But we shot it when we were shooting Infinity War, and it's the stuff with Thor. It's all the Thor stuff, basically.
Okay.
Yes. You've not seen it yet, have you?
No, but I did. This is a real. I wouldn't say what the spoiler was.
You mentioned that you'd seen that, and it's been spoiled.
Yeah, it's like someone in like a real intimate group of like wedding filmmaker guys. It's like, let's start spoilers thread on the Avengers film. I was like, right, that's fine, but what they didn't realise that every time you scroll past it, it reveals the last comment on the post.
Oh god!
And I was like, oh no! And then when you talked about the Thor thing on one of our other chats, I was like, now I know what that is.
No, oh god!
Like I'm sure it'll still be a bit funny, but now I know it's coming, and it's kind of fucked me off. So I've told them to shut down that post, otherwise I'll burn them all to death. I'm not even that like massive a Marvel person, but it's just like, look, I haven't come through all these fucking films
just have it
spoiled by a guy in Aberdeen. Fuck off. Anyway,
man. Well, it's just good that
nothing wrong with Aberdeen.
Please know that a giant cat that you've never seen in any of the other films ever at all wins.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, tremendous. So that was a bit of a diversion. So the Blu-ray. I don't know Exposure Cinema at all. I
no
would
idea.
like to find out. I don't even know if they've ever released anything else.
I've not even looked at their website. That's how sad this. That's how sad this gets. So, Cammy, you keep speaking.
Yeah. So, what do you make of the what do you make of the Blu-ray quality? I mean, I watched it on the projector, of course, when I was back home at the weekend. Absolutely, I thought it was absolutely tremendous for a film like this. I'm constantly amazed that these films we're getting to watch them in HD now.
Yeah, totally. I think they've done
in lovely prints.
They've done a good job. I think there's quite a few soft scenes, which is just indicative of the filming. I think. They're pretty sloppy DOP DOP work, some of them, I've got to be honest. And there's some... Well,
it's about self-focus.
It is, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Maybe the focus peeler was hungover or something like that in the day.
Oh, or drunk, one of the two.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, I mean, I think it's there's no real noticeable print damage or anything like that. I mean, any flaws with the print are actually inherent in the actual filming of the
I would say so. I'm interested in what restored from vault elements means.
No idea. This is another one we need to get. We need to get someone on from these companies to tell us. Have you been listening to slight diversion here as well? Listening to the Arrow video podcast of late?
Not recently, no.
So Sam Ashurst is taking a little sort of leave of absence for a little while. So in the meantime, Dan has been interviewing people from Arrow Films.
Right.
Like staff at Arrow Films, about what their jobs are.
Okay.
So he spoke to the guy who was head of marketing, and he was speaking to the guy the other day who was head of catalogue.
Right.
And help sort of pick what films are going to choose next.
Now, see, that I would listen to.
Yeah, well, one of the upcoming ones are going to be speaking to the guy that actually deals with the acquisitions and tracks down the rights holders and all the rest, which I'm really looking forward to listening to. And I'm hoping that they get around to someone that actually restores the films.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm not sure you want that.
Oh, really?
I think I've mentioned it in the past, but...
oh, yeah, your little how boring the documentary was.
Yeah, on Suspiria.
From the most boring documentary ever made.
It was an hour long. It was the driest piece of shit. I actually gleaned no real information from it, but
I'll tell you,
if somebody could be snappy
I'll tell you what, get the Blu Ray of Baraka, which is this sort of Koyaanisqatsi-esque sort of film of just images and scenes. There's no narrative. It's not a narrative film. It's just a sort of documentary of like beautiful stuff. Absolutely amazing film. But it's got a cracking wee documentary in it. It's about 12 minutes long or something like that, with a guy explaining the process, like a guy from the actual sort of processing house talking about how they've restored it and overscanned it and all the rest, and they shows you the scanning machines and everything. It's interesting
like that.
and short.
Well, you didn't get to the end of that in the Spurry one. It's like we did the thing that was the. It's like, how's this guy employable? Don't get me wrong, he's done a good job, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, God, that sounds fairly dry. Get
a spokesman, get a spokesperson that'll cut it down into 10 minutes. Where were we?
So talking about the disc. So yeah, we've agreed that it looks great.
Yeah,
it sounds fine to me. It was good. It was 5.1 surround.
It was alright.
No problems there for me, except for some of the voices sound a bit wigged out, but as you've explained now, that's just the actors putting on the voices. That's fine. The extras, what do you make of the extras? Quite a lot of extras on this one.
One of my very few ones we've done of this where I finished the film in enough time to actually delve right into all of them, I think.
Well, I had a look at all of them. I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch all of them because they are quite long, actually.
They are pretty long. The one I didn't really understand was the Joe D'Amato. Well, I get it, I suppose. It's a Joe D'Amato documentary, but you won't get any insight to the film from it.
Yeah.
It's like they've just like lobbed it on. So obviously they've got it from somewhere. The best one is interviews with the cast and
Giovanni Lombardo Radice.
Like it's good. I mean, I've got to be honest. And
what's his crack in that? Is it what's his general banner?
I mean, it is just pure. It's one of those things, you always get them on these kind of documentaries, especially for Italian films, about how weird things were all the time, and I quite like that. And it's, you won't glean any massive information on the inside of the film, but it's more their thoughts on how the filming process happened and blah 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 blah.
Oh, cool.
But it's still interesting enough. And obviously you've got Soavi in there as well, who looks like a fucking terrific gent. I've got to be honest.
Oh, does he?
Oh man, he looks like, man. That's how, when I reach, maybe I am his age. I don't know. I want to look like this guy. He is fucking tremendous. He's a real Italian,
he's a real beast.
You know what I mean? Just like it's like a sort of elder Italian gentleman. It's like, this guy's fucking great.
Legend.
Love him to death. But he's great. And they've got the Alan Jones.
I like Alan Jones. So I did watch a fair bit of the Alan Jones interview. Alan Jones, of course, film critic and one of the organisers of Fright Fest.
And that Argentophile, I would say.
Yes. Sort of leading expert on Argento. Yeah, and he really digs the film. Yeah, which is great. I find that pretty interesting as well. That's like nearly half an hour long itself. I mean,
it is,
Giovanni Ribisi.
What I will say is shot badly.
Oh yeah, totally. Classic.
Unbelievable. It looks like I think the sound is from an onboard camera.
From an outboard motor.
Can you? I mean, I know. Don't get me wrong. Okay, these things have to be done on the cheap, but surely you can afford some close micing, for fuck's sake. And they also shoot him against a window.
Yeah, I noticed that. So a lot of light coming in
from the wrong place.
From the wrong place. Yeah, totally.
Like, Jesus Christ! So whoever shot this is a fucking amateur. Simple as that. And it fucks me off because it's not difficult to get right.
Yeah, you must have been irate the whole way through that.
I couldn't watch all of it, the Alan Jones one, because it was annoying me so much.
So other features,
there's not much else on it really.
Revenge of the Video Cassette, which is just a documentary about VHS. I'm sure I've seen that on something else, but it might have just been that I watched it on this before when I was pissed. There's also a feature called A Bloodstained Feather Storm, which about the making of it, I think. Didn't watch that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, it's all good stuff. I mean, for a disc of, for God's sake, a film this old, it's you can't really argue with the extras in this.
No, not at all. Totally. They've gone out of their way to get some good extras together for it.
Well, I haven't seen they've gone out of their way. They filmed a lot of stuff quite badly.
They filmed some stuff, yeah. I'll tell you what is good, and we'll come to this for our final feature as well, really, but is the cut version comparison, where it's got
I love it.
A little sort of side-by-side comparison with the old UK VHS cut, so you can see what was actually cut, and it's actually, those things are really fascinating. Like, really fascinating.
I can't believe there's not more of them. Well,
tiny some of those cuts were. You see how tiny
they're minuscule. Yeah.
It's absolute madness.
I think, we'll get into it, but I think there was a very minimal amount of seconds cut out of this film.
Yeah.
But it was really, really nice to see the side by side, and I guess that's probably a bit of a niche thing, but probably just you and me. We're probably the only people that watched it.
Well, I'll tell you, you've also got a forced trailer at the start for Zombie Holocaust.
Yeah, it fucked me off.
Oh man, do you know what as well? Like, see, I started watching that and I was like, fucking Zombie Holocaust. Zombie College. I've always thought this looks like a piece of shit. Always thought it looks like a piece of shit, but being quite convinced I'd never seen it. Then about halfway through the trailer, I was like, "Oh no, I definitely have seen this." And it's all coming back. How shit it is.
Yeah, absolutely horrendous. Why do it, guys? Why do it?
Come on, guys. Zombie Holocaust. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
give us some credit.
And it's I don't really like trailer slapped on at the front like that anymore, especially not with Blu Ray.
No, it's bollocks. I mean, give it as an option. Don't fucking force me into watching it.
Obviously we've had the totally storming 88 films showreels before.
Well, but that's just pure entertainment.
Oh yeah, totally. For films that they're likely never going to even bother trying to release. Just
a lot of them they kind of have, but I'll get to that some other time.
Excellent. Well, I don't really. I think I can safely recommend this Blu-ray.
I can safely recommend it. It is the UK Blu-ray. I would be intrigued to see the Blue Underground version. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, which has completely different features.
Yeah,
doesn't have any of the same. So what's it got? Oh, I'll tell you what it's got that we didn't even talk about though. It's got an interview. The Blue Underground one's got an interview with Simon Boswell, the composer.
Oh,
the soundtrack for this is fucking tremendous.
Oh well, yeah, we haven't mentioned that.
It is out
news.
there. That is
good. It is good news.
It's great. It's great, isn't it? It's great. It's great. Big fan. Although I'm noticing here that the aspect ratio is different between the British and the American one as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How so?
The American one's 185-1, and the UK version's 178-1.
What?
Yeah.
No, I've got 185.
All right, maybe the information's wrong here.
Because it was shot in full matte,
right?
Like opera.
Yeah.
So basically, like a massive 4:3, and then cropped into
cropped into right.
Or 185.
Oh, 185. Yeah. Oh, there you go. The information here is wrong then. Wild. I would like to see what the American one's like. It's got completely different interviews as well, so it would be quite interesting to see what that's like for completists, I guess. But yeah, I would definitely recommend the UK Blu-ray, and I would imagine it's not region coded.
Oh, I can't. No, it is.
Oh, what? Oh, sometimes they just slap that on the back though, don't they?
Yeah, and they just lie.
Yeah. It's just, they just can't be arsed actually doing it. Yeah. No, definitely worth picking up. So yeah, we would both recommend it, it would seem. And as John said, you can pick up from Computer Exchange for £8 something just now from CEX. Yep. So there you go. Oh, and so having mentioned the cuts, we're going to move on to our classic section. It confuses all younger listeners and people outside the UK. And so the question is, as always, what did James Furman think?
James Furman was the director of the British Board of Film Classification from 1975 to 1999. And we ask ourselves, what would James Furman do? What would James Furman do? What would James Furman say? We ask, what would James Furman do? Tell us, James, what would you say?
We know what James Furman thought.
We do. Well, actually, we don't.
Oh, don't we?
No, we don't.
Oh, no. Oh. It was pre-cut, wasn't it?
It was pre-cut by the distributor.
Pre-cut by a distributor. And then wasn't cut anymore, was it?
It was actually passed uncut by the BBFC.
But it had been cut by 11 seconds.
Yep.
Already.
Yep.
That's pretty wild. Why did they pre-cut it?
I just imagine they saw it coming. And
well, they probably... I'd imagine that because I think generally the process is you submit the film, they tell you what to cut out of it, you cut it out, and then you have to show them it again. So you have to pay for them to see it twice.
To make their decision.
And you're paying by the minute. Yeah.
So the distributor just went, like, let's just cut this because we know what's coming out.
Yeah. What do you think? It feels to me that this one sort of dodged a bullet a bit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Maybe Furman was like, oh yeah, they've pre-cut it, so we'll let them away with it. I mean, certainly this was 87 was a hotbed. That was right in the zone for, like, you know, that's a few years after the Video Nasties thing had ended with the Video Ratings Act coming into play and all the rest. There was still sort of like quite a heavy crackdown on you know, violence in the movies. I'm actually surprised they didn't cut more out of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I have to say, like, on the Blu-ray, I do really like seeing the side-by-side comparisons.
Yeah.
I just wonder if it was like we've cut it out because we think you might not like it, and they've just gone fine and not watched it.
I'm sure they have to watch it. I like that idea though. They managed to, like, they just sort of slipped in on a Friday afternoon at like 4 o'clock,
totally,
just before they were going to do it, and they're like,
can't be arsed.
Just rubber stamp it. They've cut it already. It'll be fine. But it's interesting to see, like, what they've reduced. I mean, the actual individual cuts are obviously very, very short, but they do sort of generally reduce the impact quite heavily
it's the impact shots,
scenes, you know?
Especially
So-
the stabbing shot was quite heavily whacked out.
Yeah.
And there's a fairly innocuous drilly thing.
Yeah,
through the door.
that was daft, wasn't it? That was daft.
But they took that themselves, I guess. But yeah,
But then uncut for future releases. I mean, I think it was.
when it was like resubmitted uncut, it just like flew through.
Yeah, there you go, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite right too. I mean, it's obviously a proper film. It's not, it's not sort of going for the sort of cheap exploitation thrills, really, is it?
No, not at all. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know I can't remember what our scale of 1 is.
I think I can't even remember what scale of 1 is. I don't know. Probably just sort of reading the paper or something like that. What would he?
I don't think it was that, but
Not even reaching for the scissors, because that's number 2, isn't it?
yeah, reaching for scissors that's number 3.
Maybe.
So, but he's not even had to do that because
No.
the scissors have been procured previously.
He's probably just having a nice gin and tonic.
Wanking into a sock.
Yep, that's it. That's the official. You heard it. You reversed the official rating on the Furman scale. On this one was wanking into a sock.
Yeah, but couldn't be arsed. Just get on with my daily business, which is usually first 9 a.m. wanking into a sock.
Friday afternoon jug. Yep, there you go. dirty Furman.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no. I mean, don't get us wrong though. It's a pleasingly gory little flick.
Pleasantly gory, quite a lot of violence, and so yeah, some lovely kills. But no worries at all for the British censor.
Nope.
So there you go.
The
Fantastic.
words have been taken care of. They had a wee day off.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, cool.
Hi folks, this is you're not supposed to realise that this has just been edited back in, but I've just given it away.
For God's sake,
to do one of our usual features. We forgot to do one of our features, our new feature that John just recently introduced. So the question is, how do we phrase it again?
Okay, well, this will be the last time we'll do the backstory. There is, if you watch UK property TV, there's a program called Love It or List It, which people fuck around with houses. They fuck around with houses. It's like, oh, whatever. So our version of it is: would you love it or list it on your Blu Ray collection? So, would you love it or would you list it as in punt it? Cammy.
I'm going to keep hold of it. I quite like it. I don't know when I'll feel the urge to watch it again. I mean, I last watched it 4 years ago. I mean, it might be another 4 years till I watch it, but I'm not going to sell it. I don't think it didn't cost me much at the time, and I quite like it.
I'm going to list it.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're just punting it.
I'm going to punt it.
How much are you selling it for?
I don't really care. Like $5. I don't really care. Unfortunately, it's the mode I'm in at the moment, man. It's just the mode I'm in.
Yeah.
And I
just punt it.
Yeah, I just.
Well, I've been clearing out a lot of Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff as well. I just want to get rid of a lot of them, but I do worry about having. My Blu-rays don't take up that much room. They've got one unit in the living room, which is okay. It's fucking massive.
It is a fucking huge unit.
It is huge. It is fucking huge. But I do worry about it becoming too empty. And when I thin it out, I'm still trying to keep genre films. I'd quite like it just to be like a wee horror fest thing. So I kind of feel bad giving away some of these horror films.
I can deal with that. But at the same time, I'm going to list it because I'm in that mode at the moment.
You're in that mode. Well, are you going to report back and let us know how it went?
I will do. Next episode, if I list it on eBay before we get back, and I'll tell you how it went.
Let's listen on eBay tonight, see how it goes.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
What are you going to do? You're going to put it on for starting price 99p?
No, £69.
Tremendous. Well, so join us next week when we find out that John hasn't actually sold it for £69. Tremendous. So there we go. That's Aquarius. Did I just say Aquarius? I did say Aquarius. Yep. What am I talking about? Absolute mint. So I think it's safe to say that we both thoroughly enjoyed that and we both recommend it. We are going to round things off here for just now, but we will just let you into the next film on the agenda.
It's one of
the next
two,
film. Next film on the agenda is Fright Night.
Oh yeah, fuck! Exciting.
Yep. Which is pretty fucking exciting.
Back to the 80s.
Yep, back to the 80s, absolutely. Fright Night from 1985, directed by Tom Holland. And
a classic movie, I think.
Absolutely classic, loving it. We have, and it's already, I'm thinking about the film that it's going to lead on to from that, John. Because we've discussed it already.
I'm scared.
Fun times. Excellent. All right, well, thanks a lot for listening, guys, and join us next time when we will be discussing Fright Night.
Excellent. If you've made it past the taint, well done. Keep on coming.
Night, guys.
Cheers.